Welcome back to the New Sentinel, everyone. I'm Anjali Mehta, and I'm here with Duke Johnson. Today, we're diving into something a little different. No missile strikes or Arctic front lines, but honestly, it's just as explosive in its own way. We're talking about the New York Times connections puzzle and how it basically took over the internet on June 28th, 2025.
Yeah, Anjali, I gotta say, I didn't see this one coming. I mean, 3.2 million people all jumping on a word game in a single day? That's like a surprise mobilization. One minute you're just doing your thing, next minute everyone's getting the call, and you're in the thick of it. No warning, just boom, you're in. Reminds me of the army, honestly. Except, nobody's yelling at you to do push-ups if you mess up a category.
I love that comparison, Duke. And you're right, it was wild. The June 28th edition, puzzle number 748, just exploded. I think what made it so viral were those categories. I mean, pet toys, ball, bone, frisbee, stick. That's cute, right? But then you get great many drove, host, load, score. And suddenly, everyone's arguing online about what counts as a host or a score in that context.
Don't forget, traffic violation outcomes. That one got me. Boot, points, ticket, tow. I mean, I've had my share of tickets, but I never got the boot, thank God. And then, Industrial Revolution inventors, Bell, Diesel, Singer, Watt. That's a curveball. You go from dog toys to like 19th century inventors. No wonder people were losing their minds on social media.
Exactly. And it wasn't just the categories, it was the way people started sharing their results everywhere. X, TikTok, WhatsApp groups. My phone was blowing up with memes and can you believe I missed Singer messages? It's like, overnight, everyone became a puzzle expert or a critic. And the NYT was loving it. Notifications, newsletters, the whole thing. They really know how to stoke the fire.
Yeah, and it's not just about the game. It's about that feeling of everyone jumping in at once. Like, you're part of something bigger, even if it's just arguing about whether boot is worse than Tau. That's what makes it a phenomenon, not just a puzzle.
So, let's talk about what actually makes connections so addictive. It's not just the words, it's how they blend history, pop culture, and humor. You get these categories that are sometimes super obvious, and then others that are just... Savannah? Is that the city, the grassland, or something else entirely? I remember one day the blue category totally stumped me. I was convinced it was colors, but it turned out to be something like romantic twosomes. My family WhatsApp group was in chaos for hours. My aunt was sending voice notes. My cousin was Googling synonyms. It was a whole thing.
That's the thing, Anjali. The categories are sneaky. Sometimes you think you've got it, and then, bam, you're way off. Romantic twosomes? That could be anything. And then you get Savannah, and you're like, is this about animals, geography, or what? It's like the game is trying to mess with you. I kind of respect that. Keeps you on your toes, like a good drill sergeant.
And it's not just us. Even the NYT puzzle editor said on TV that difficulty is super subjective. They test every board, but what's easy for one person is impossible for another. It depends on what you know, what you see first. I think that's why it sparks so much debate. You're not just playing a game, you're defending your logic to your friends, your family, sometimes total strangers on the internet.
Yeah, and it's funny, because sometimes the categories are so ambiguous, people get frustrated. But that's what keeps them coming back. It's like, you want to beat the game, but you also want to prove you're smarter than your buddy who got it in 3 tries. That competitive spirit, it's real. Reminds me of those old barracks arguments. Who's got the best time? Who's the sharpest? Except now it's about word puzzles, not PT scores.
And the humor too. Some categories are just funny, like pet toys next to Industrial Revolution inventors. That's such a weird mix, but it works. It makes you laugh and then you get sucked in. I think that's why it's so shareable. People want to show off, but also just enjoy the absurdity of it all.
All right, so let's get tactical. If you want to win at Connections, you gotta have a plan. The best advice I've heard, look at all the words first. Don't just start guessing. Take a beat, scan for synonyms, see what jumps out. It's like recon before a mission. You don't just charge in blind, you gather intel. And apparently, some folks warm up with the NYT Mini or even Wordle before they tackle Connections. I don't know if that's overkill, but hey, whatever works.
No, that's actually a thing. The puzzle editor even said starting with the mini helps. And I've noticed the more you play, the more you start to see patterns. Like you get better at spotting those tricky categories. But it's not just about individual strategy. The NYT is really smart about building community. They send push notifications, partner with influencers, make it super easy to share your results. Suddenly, you're not just playing alone, you're part of this massive daily conversation.
Yeah, and that's good business too. All those shares and walkthroughs drive up subscriptions. NYT's not just selling a game, they're selling a ritual. You log in, you play, you brag or complain, and then you come back tomorrow. That's how you build a loyal base. But there's always a risk. Competitor clones, puzzle fatigue, people getting burned out. If they push too hard, folks might bail. Gotta keep it fresh, maybe with themed editions or premium features, but don't overdo it. Seen it happen before. Too much of a good thing, and people check out.
Absolutely. There's a balance. The game's strength is its simplicity and that daily hit of satisfaction or frustration, depending on the day. But if they start adding too many bells and whistles, or if the categories get too obscure, they could lose people. Still, I think there's a lot of room for growth. Civic-themed puzzles, sports, politics, maybe even collaborations. As long as they keep that community vibe, I think connections will stick around.
Yeah, and hey, if it gets people thinking, talking, and maybe even learning something new, I'm all for it. Beats doom scrolling, that's for sure.
Couldn't agree more, Duke. All right, that's all for today's episode of the New Sentinel. Thanks for joining us on this puzzle deep dive. We'll be back soon with more stories. Maybe not as many pet toys, but definitely just as interesting. Duke, always a pleasure.
You too, Anjali. Take care, folks. Don't forget to check your notifications. Never know when the next craze is gonna hit.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.